All right, guys, I've done so much research on this that it turns basically into a full-time job. I'm invested, and I have one big question. Did Alycia Baumgardner really intended to go up to 154 pounds to fight Claressa Shields, or did she started something that she's not willing to finish? It's safe to say that things are heated, but I've got to admit that I'm a bit confused. How did it all started? Do you think it's just trash talk for hype, or there is a real tension there? Because to be honest, I thought that they were friends, and I'm missing the point on why Alycia switched up on her like that. And Claressa Shields is not someone who is backing down from challenges. These two are talking about fighting, not fighting, but there is a massive obstacle to see this happening on the ring, and is the weight class difference, because Alycia has never fought above 130 pounds and Claressa Shields has never fought below 154. Is this fight something realistic that can realistically happen? Or is it just hype? And even if it's just hype, I think it's good for women boxing to get this rivalry. Is Alycia really ready to make that jump? Because there is a huge size difference and size matters. I'm going to share now some tweets, some comments, and talk a little bit about their ego personalities and about the timelines of this beef. Just a few words about Claressa Shields. She is 2012 London Olympic gold medalist, 2016 Rio Olympic gold medalist, and undisputed champion at 154 pounds and undisputed champion at 160 pounds. A lot. Alycia, a lot. Now, if you ask Claressa Shields, she doesn't think that Alycia is on her level in terms of skills, boxing IQ, and even her resume. She said that Alycia hasn't put in the work to be considered a top fighter. From Claressa's perspective, Alycia is just trying to link her name to hers to boost her status. But here's when it gets personal, because Claressa Shields, in a YouTube video, she said it. She said she regrets how friendship ends because these two were friends before. Alycia called out Claressa, saying that Claressa is insecure and jealous. And obviously, Claressa is saying that is Alycia's insecurity and envy that drove them apart, and that the only way they will ever settle is on the ring. Claressa even said something that, oof, she said that despite the fact that Alycia has a lot of like a huge following on social media, she's not able to sell tickets to her fights. And I'm sorry to say this, but have you watched Alycia Baumgardner last fight now, September this year? So she was out for a few months. I think it was since November last year. I'm going to talk about it later. There was a scandal. She was accused to use drug for the fights. She cleared that up. Long story short, she came back to the ring now in September and she fought Delphine Persoon. I don't know if you watched the fight. There was no one. Safe Boxing is saying she got some nerve thinking she could dictate any terms for a Claressa Shields fight. Humble yourself, child. Another one, PCJ8029, is saying, did they promote this fight at all? There is no one there. It looks like it's COVID time. There is no one there. For me, the best comment is this one. Timothy Vickers, 8235, is saying, she needs to fire her marketing team. First off, let's get the obvious out of the way, the weight class difference. Alycia Baumgardner fights at 130 pounds. Claressa Shields fights at 160 pounds, around 160 pounds, sometimes even higher. It's a 3 weight class difference. But here is the thing about women's boxing, and I think it's important because weight class jump happen all the time. There just aren't as many divisions or fighters in women's boxing. So if you want a big fight, sometime you've got to jump into weight class that's way out of your comfort zone. Could Alycia move up and fight Claressa? Sure, we've seen fighters do crazier things. Women in boxing have been known to make extreme weight jumps to secure big fights, and this is mostly because of limited opportunities and financial incentives in their divisions. So Baumgardner move up isn't impossible. Crazy things have happened in women boxing before, but you're not talking about normal opponent. You're talking about Claressa Shields. Claressa's dominated higher weights. Now, let's say this fight happens. The most realistic weight class for both opponents would be 154. This is a weight that Claressa is comfortable at and is not too far off from Alycia's natural weight. Alycia said that she's willing to go up to 147. She said that she has proof that Claressa has agreed to fight at 147. And if this fight is going to happen, I think it's not going to happen. But 154 is the sweet spot. I might be wrong. Maybe it's going to happen. I don't know. But it's a little sad that these two used to be friends. Claressa even supported Alycia when she was going through tough times. So it's kind of wild to see how things have gone. But if we're being honest, this is great for women's boxing. A fight like this would be huge, like Taylor Serrano or even bigger. Two undisputed champions, drama, big ego, huge personalities. Both of these fighters could be making big money out of this fight, and this could be huge for women's boxing. Knockout Media is saying, can't throw stones and try to take the higher ground. Fight Claressa at 154 or public announcement. Apology to Claressa. He misspelled Claressa. Anyway, now let's give some timeline, some context, some backstory. How did this all started? It's not like they wake up one day and they're fighting. There is a backstory and it's a bit juicy. Everything kicked off in December 2023. Alycia went live on Instagram. She called out Claressa. She said that she was ready to fight Claressa at 147 and didn't care about the size difference.
Size does not matter to me, baby. It's the skill.
Claressa wasn't really feeling it. I think she was kind of like brushing it off, being like, Alycia, you're too small. But that didn't stop the beef from building. Let's see this. Okay, Alycia, I've been wanting to fight you. Remember the day in the gym I said we should fight at 147 and you laughed. And I said I'm serious. Then in March this year, things took a surprising turn because Adan Broner, yes, Broner, got involved and made some disrespectful comments about Alycia Baumgardner. And here's the twist, because despite the beef, Claressa had Alycia's back and came to Alycia's defense. She publicly called out Broner for crossing the line, showing that it's not okay to disrespect Alycia Baumgardner. I was saying this before. Alycia tested positive in July 2023 for a banned substance. She fought to clear her name ever since. She claimed independent testing and she proved her innocence. And then in April this year, there was the famous altercation between Alycia and Claressa, and they were both at the Richardson Hitchens versus Gustavo Lemos fight. Claressa was working as a commentator on that fight, and at some point she's getting up and she's confronting Alycia. Things got heated very, very fast. Both of them started going at it, and Claressa even brought up Alycia's steroid allegations. This exchange really made the things even more personal. After this, Claressa's promoter Dimitri Salita made some declaration. He said, Alycia never actually wanted to fight Claressa, and it was just using the beef to stay relevant. He even said that Alycia's approach was not classy. Oof, that's a lot. Why is this beef so intense? It's about big personalities, it's about egos. Claressa Shields declared herself she's the GOAT, the greatest woman of all time. She's been undisputed in multiple divisions. She's widely recognized as one of the best fighters of her generation. When you have two fighters with this pride and this ambition, is inevitable something is gonna happen. Here's the real question for you. Can Alycia actually take this fight? If we're talking about skills, okay, she's got the skills, but size matters in boxing. And if they're fighting in 154, that's Claressa's territory. Claressa's been dealing with bigger, stronger fighters. My opinion might be wrong, but I don't think there is any way Alycia can cash this check. Not with Claressa. I opened this video with one question. I'm asking you this question. Please tell me your opinion. Did Alycia really intended to step up to 154 pounds and fight Claressa Shields, or did she start at something she's not willing to finish? Let me know in the comments and hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date with all these videos about women's sports, women boxing. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you next time.